Yeah, how are you doing, son? Yeah, Reese, you good?
Yeah, I'm sound, thank you.
Good stuff. Welcome to me channel, and I'm John, and tonight I've got Liam NFTV on the guest, and he's from Newcastle Fans TV, and I hope you enjoy this. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and hopefully leave your comment sections down below. And yeah, Liam, welcome to the show, mate.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be on.
Saris. I mean, it'd be great to get someone popular some top name on me, sure, like News and like NFTV. You got people like Shati, you got to review. Love to get some man from me chat as well. But listen, glad I got you. So yeah. So it's not been a good season for Newcastle. Steve is under pressure and we're struggling for relegation. And what else shall I say? What's going on, Liam? What's going on with our club?
Bruce is the problem, really. We got decent investment during the summer. Or not decent investment, but we brought some decent players in to try and improve the squad going forward. And it just seems like we can barely get a shot on target now. I'm buzzing when we get a corner, never mind a goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy, isn't it? I just think the way we're playing at the minute, sort of thing, there's no setup, no get them and go. We don't create anything. We don't have a goal. We don't tackle. We don't press. That's down to Steve. That's down to Bruce. That's down to Bruce. And wow,
Yeah,
they're just not playing for him, Liam. They're just not playing with Tar.
yeah. There's just, it seems to me that obviously the players have sort of just don't want to play for him anymore. Like their heads are gone, and you could see it in the performance yesterday, Saturday, when I were playing them. But I'm not, because I watched it on a stream on my phone, and I got like the Twitter notification, so I was like a minute behind. And as soon as he scored their first goal, I was like, well, that's the game over.
Yeah, we haven't come at every time we go goal behind, we never come back. We just don't. We got no fight, we got no passion. We just haven't got a clue. There's no leadership in the team as well. It's just an absolute disgrace. I mean, where are the leaders? Where's Lascelles tackling his players and saying, "Come on, Howie, we can come back from this. Why are they not doing this?"
Probably because he's drained the life and soul out of them. Do you know what I mean? They probably have tried it before, and now it's like probably 10 games down the line, and they're probably sick of being passionate and sick of trying to get like the players to play well. Because if your manager can't even, or your coach can't even improve a single player on the team, then what hope have you got? Like he's putting all his eggs in one basket when he's thinking Maxi's going to set the world alight. But I think people need to remember he was poor before he got COVID.
Yeah, well said, well said. I mean, did he really have COVID though? I mean, there's been reports been a bus stop between him and Bruce on going on to maybe on the plane or what it may be, and before having that bus stop. I mean, did he really have COVID? I mean, people saying yes, people saying no. I mean, did he really have it?
It's hard to say because obviously he said on one of his Instagram live stories that he was fit and well. And then Bruce is saying, "Oh, he's injured," and it's like, well, who do you believe? Do you know what I mean?
It's ridiculous, man. It's just absolutely strange. I mean, there's no team spirit at the club at all whatsoever. I can tell that by country miles, sort of thing. So, I mean, going back to what you said about playing him last night, I mean, Steve Bruce is relying on him to keep us up. It doesn't take one player to keep him up; it's the whole team. I mean, when he came on the pitch last night, within 5 minutes, he lost the ball and he just had his hands up like that. And it's clearly showing there's a lot of frustration at the club, and he just doesn't seem happy at Newcastle.
Well, I think players come to us so they move on to bigger and better teams, don't they? But like, I don't think anyone would want to come in for the players. Like, if you look at Callum Wilson, he came to us to try and probably get in the Euros for England, and he's been playing poor. Obviously, I know he hasn't been getting the service, but he's probably regretting coming up here now.
I bet he is. I mean, he could have gone to Aston Villa and partnered Ollie Watkins, and he could have won last night. But it's just crazy, man. Absolutely ridiculous. He must be absolutely peed. Coming to us, he's been sold a pup by Bruce, said he's going to play attacking football, and only to be found out he's just playing old defensive football. He's just been taking out some mug. There you go. I've got Thomas on here. Just hi, John. Hope you're okay, Thomas. Geordie, Bruce has cancelled his written media press conference tomorrow. I want to come on to that, Liam, if you don't mind. I mean, I heard that Oscar Paul have tweeted that out this afternoon from the Sun, and he's basically saying that it's, to me, for what I've read, I posted on the tweet earlier that the Rat Tommy is coming on to Bruce, catching him out, and Steve Bruce is going to lose his job. I think there's something going on with that. I mean, I believe, well, Bruce loved the media, but who's banned it? Did he ban it, or did the club ban it?
It's just another bizarre thing from Newcastle, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, he must think that the television and radio press are going to be on his side, and obviously it'll be like all the local media, I'm assuming, that are being banned. But I think they can still attend, but they can't ask questions, I think. So it's just a really weird situation.
Oh, I think it's crazy, man. I think it's okay for the club. This is my view. It's okay for the club to lie to the fans and mislead the fans. But when it comes to the other side, when it comes to vice versa, that we accuse the fans, they don't seem to like it. They just kind of handle it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's just mind-boggling.
Say again, Liam?
It's just mind-boggling what runs through like the PR manager and Steve Bruce's head, and Charnley, who's pretty much been getting a wage packet for the last 4 years, doing what all like what.
Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. It's just, I don't know what to say of that sort of thing. It's just getting worse. That club, to me, I've never known a club like it. It's just being run like Lauren and Hardy, not Ashley and Charnley. There you go. But so now I was going to talk about the takeover, if you don't mind, and it's still going on and on and on. It's just getting absolutely ridiculous now. I mean, Nick DeMarco's going to work his magic and try and get us to arbitration, and the Premier League don't want us to take over because they don't want us to interrupt the top six, or the big six, as they say it, as a corrupt league. It's corrupt. Can you see this takeover happening in maybe a couple of months' time? Are you still...
personally, no. I'm not going to believe in that takeover story until it actually happens. Like, there's all this hype. Like, it was just like in the summer when it fell through, like everyone was so dejected and disappointed, and it's just like, well, why would you want to go through it again? Do you know what I mean? I'm just waiting until the news officially comes out if we do get taken over. I'm not believing anything into it. I don't think the Saudis that were after us. I don't think.
Yeah, Saudis. PCPPIF, mate.
Yeah, that's a bit of a mouthful, but I don't see why they would want to come back afterward, because clearly the Premier League doesn't want them. So why would they want to come into a league where they're unwanted, even though they're like they've bought shares in every business in the world? Do you know what I mean? So
yeah. I mean, the thing is, I mean, Ashley wants to sell the club. The Saudis wants to buy the club as well. You got two winning buyers in Zella, so to get the job done. Now you got the Premier League Richard Masters sort of thing. He's an Aston Villa fan. He doesn't want it. He does not want it, and because he works for Qatar and he's on Qatari side. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, Qataris and the Saudis have made up, and now they can watch their streams in Saudi or their games in Saudi, and hopefully that may just reselect the takeover. But I just hope that Nick DeMarco works on his magic, but I really hope it does take over, because we as a club deserve to take over. We had 14 years of Mike Ashley, right? And our club's just going low and low all the time, and we need a new start.
Yeah, we'll go down the season if we continue. Like,
I think we will go down during the season, but you've got to watch out for Fulham. They're really again in a minute. And on to Steve Bruce. Do you think he'll be sacked anytime soon?
No, I think they want to try and resign, because then we won't have to pay him 1.5 million or whatever it is he's looking at. I think I was on a video last night, and it's not even pride. People say it's not even pride anymore. It's just he's that stubborn, just because he thinks he can do it. And the thing is, though, like you say, is we play defensive football. We're bottom of every defensive stat nearly. Like we've got no identity in that team. We kind of score and we kind of defend. So his tactics or lack of tactics clearly aren't working.
It's sad, isn't it? It's really sad. I mean, for me, Steve Bruce is just, for me, it's stuck in a time warp. I never wanted him at Newcastle United. I never wanted him here. He should have gone off to Liverpool last season as well and get someone new in. But he just doesn't seem to change things up. I mean, the only things to change up is his tactics. Like, he plays like a 5-4-1, 5-3-2, 4-4-2. That's the only three tactics he plays. And it's just so frustrated because the players had enough. He's tried everything. Ain't working, and for me, personally, I think he needs to be go. It needs to go. I mean, 1.5 million is a small price worth paying because if he gets relegated, it's going to cost the club. Actually, it's going to cost something like 350 million for not getting the club taken over, and 150 million for drop out of the Premier League. Yeah. So, not just that, he's got to pay this backroom staff as well around £750,000 each. I'm just guessing. You're talking about 3 million to pay the whole lot. But then again, you're paying, what, 5 million a season for Henry Sevilla, Arshad Lassar, and Christian Atsu, and not Kita Langa.
Yeah. It's just, if we go down, we're not coming back up.
Not for many years to come. I've got Thomas here. Liam, question for you. Liam, do you have your suit?
It's still in the wash, mate. I haven't bothered washing it.
There's the answer, Thomas. There's the answer on this. And I got Geordie. The club are using Graham Jones to try and force Bruce out. And he also added, who would you replace Bruce with?
Me personally, I think they've probably got the only. There's two options, and one's definitely not coming, which would be Rafa Benitez, or you've got Eddie Howe, who Eddie Howe might play. I'd rather go down fighting than this, because we'll not pick up a single point this season if it continues the way it is, because he just tries to sit 10 men behind the ball and just get a lucky break.
And I totally agree with you, my friend. I really totally used. I've always said after the Leeds game, I posted on Twitter, and I think I was on your show on LFTV. I said we will not win another game under this guy, and at the minute we've been proved right because they don't want to play Bruce. It's evident there. Even the players look dejected. And if I was Jamal Lascelles, I would see Matt Ashley or Lee Chandler and say, look, I want to talk to you guys. It's clearly not working. Bruce is the problem. What are you going to do about it? Because if you don't go to sack Bruce, all those players are going to go at the end of the season, and we're going to have a skeleton team.
They say they support him, so why are they not giving him like the loan players that he wants to bring in, or the transfers that he wants to bring in? Do you know what I mean? It just seems like, well, or do they actually support him, or do they just not care anymore? So I'm not expecting like a massive transfer, but if someone was worth £10 million, then still better than now.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Steve Bruce wants midfielders, and he wants players like Phil Jones. No, thank you. Jeff Williams wants to come back, but if I was Williams, I say don't bother me because we're going to get relegated, and we don't want you to be tarnished at our club getting relegated on your CV. But you're right. It's just a joke what's going on in a minute. I can't see Ashley going to give him the money. I don't think he's going to get it. I can't see anyone coming through in this window.
Yeah. Or it'll be like a really mediocre centre mid player. Like after Philip Billingham from Bournemouth, you know, the big tall lad. Danish. Yeah. But I don't see what he would actually bring to the team.
I don't neither. I mean, the fact of the matter is, I mean, he's a big lad. I mean, he's done well at Huddersfield under David Wagner. But since he's in the Bournemouth, I just don't think he's done that well. And that's why they got relegated for that reason. Yeah. But I don't think I have him, to be quite honest. I don't think I would. But then again, I don't know a lot about this guy. I heard of him, but he's a big, lanky lad. And he's got legs in midfield. So, Liam, just to ask you this one. Bruce had 100 million. Has had 100 million, which is more than any other manager that we had in the Premier League under Bruce. Now, Rafa Benitez wasn't backed. I mean, Bruce was getting 110 million. Rafa Benitez made 11 million profit. So something like that there.
Yeah, I think you cannot really say Joe Linton was one of Bruce's buys because I think he was there before Bruce came in. So you maybe take a 40 million off that. I think you've just got to look at it as like he hasn't progressed. He could spend 200 million. He's not going to improve any players. Like Messi and Ronaldo could come to the club and he would make them look like they've never kicked a ball in their life.
Oh no! I mean, go on, come on.
So I think he could spend as much money as you want in every single position, and unless Steve Bruce leaves, he's not going to improve the team.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Because we're a club that's gone backwards. I mean, since Rafa Benitez was here, he gave us that bit of hope. He gave the players, told the players where to be, how to defend properly, and know the rules and that sort of thing. He gave us that hope. Since he left, Bruce come in and he dismantled the whole thing, and the players just absolutely miffed.
Yeah.
And I got Ryan Knott Settlement FC. Well, it's 100 million poorly spent. Who was worth the money? I mean, Callum Wilson's one of them. I say Fraser when he behaves himself. Yeah, I accept that. But you look at players like Jamal Lewis. I mean, listen, the Jamal Lewis I'm watching, it's not the Jamal Lewis I'm seeing where he's at Norwich City. But don't get us wrong, he's an attacking left back, and I'm sure it's going to come great. But Steve Bruce has ruined him.
Yeah, he's scared of the ball.
He is. The thing is, he just doesn't get forward enough as well. But defensively, I don't think he's that great. But I've got 100 mags. How are you doing, guy? You okay? First time here. Hi, guys. I think we should try and get Rafa back. Actually, should just pull the trigger and make Rafa an offer to come back and have full control, in my opinion. Well, mate, it's not going to happen. He will not get full control. If he didn't get full control back then, he ain't going to get it now. Well, I for one would love to see him back, but under new owners. Adam, what do you make of it, mate?
Obviously, if we've got Rafa back, we'll stay up. But it's like a 1 in a million chance that Rafa will come back to this club and under Mike Ashley. Like, it's never going to happen. If it was under new owners, it would be a really interesting side to watch, because I don't think he would play that defensive-minded way he played 2-3 seasons ago. I think he would be going expansive. But obviously, you've got to play to the team you're playing against. So it would be good to see Rafa back, but I didn't think we're going to see that Spaniard anytime at St James's Park again.
Definitely not. So I think the fans now should just forget about it, because he'll not come back. The only comeback is a takeover, and that is it. And he did say he wants to manage back in the Premier League as well, but who's that club's going to be? I think the clubs are struggling. Need to look over the shoulders, because Rafa could be hovering. It could be Arsenal, could be Arteta, but he's doing a good job at Arsenal now. So, and I don't know if you listened this afternoon on NUFC Matters. Mick Laws, he was on the Steve F show, and he's talking about fiercely what's going on at Newcastle, and he absolutely let rip at Joe Linton. Cost 40 million. He cost 40 million pounds. Right, you just mentioned earlier around 40 million pound it cost, yeah, and he has scored 3 goals in 55 league games.
Yeah, I don't think you can really pin it on Joe Linton fully. Like, if you look at last season, he was a lone striker up top by himself when he's never played up top, and it's just Bruce just isn't helping the situation. He's playing players out of position. He's like chucking players under the bus, and that's his scapegoat. Joe Linton, he's not a 40 million pound player, so I don't know who at the club sanctioned that signing. Like, it's a bizarre one to me, but I don't think you can pin it all on him. I think it's an overall team performance and manager.
Well, the thing is, so whoever sanctioned that move, I believe it's Nixon, he should be charged with fraud and deception, because that was an absolute shocking move, I'm telling you. And I tell you what, and another day, another way, I'll tell you something, he would have been sat at a bigger club. So honestly, I'm sorry, but he should be charged with fraud and deception there. Going back to Rich from over again, the Positive Channel. I've been on the channel twice. If you check out their contents, it's absolutely amazing. And the Arsenal fans, and they say, hey guys, do you want Arteta? Well, I tell you what, he's better than Bruce at the minute.
I just want anything. I think a dead dog would be better than Bruce.
Oh, I'll take him now. Let's be honest about it, you know what I mean? But I can't see him come. It was after Arteta anyway. Rafa left. Apparently, Arteta was linked to a Newcastle job, and he spoke to Rafa Benitez and found out, tells a lowdown sort of thing. And Rafa told him, I don't know if it's true or not, and told him, don't take it. Please don't take it, because at the end of the day, right, it's going to ruin his career. And if anyone comes to Newcastle talking about him, Eddie Howe, Nigel Pearson, right? Their careers is just going to go down the Swanee if they come to Newcastle with it.
Yeah,
So
I totally agree. I totally agree with you, mate.
you know what I mean? So I need chance of that happening. And it says, not bad, John, mate. And I feel this is the place for him coming back to England. And that's going on to Rafa Benitez. And George said, Rafa will come back to Newcastle in a weird dugout. And that's the only way we'll see him at St. James Park anytime soon.
Yeah, that's true.
Very true there. I've got active Aaron. How are you doing? Oh, my guy, you okay? I hope you're having a great weekend. The most frightening thing about our team is the only idea the team have to create chances and hopefully crosses. We can't create, we cannot cross, we can't even pass two passes together, let alone that.
Yeah, I think I seen it one point on Saturday. Callum Wilson had 3 defenders around him and were trying to get the ball to him. And
Yeah.
talking about the crosses, we brought Maximin and Fraser on and brought Andy Carroll off. It just doesn't make any sense. It just seems like you're bringing players on that can cross the ball. You're taking the player off that could probably get on the end of the crosses. It just these changes are just mind baffling. Like, you brought Gale on for 10 minutes. Like, why did you not change stuff at half time? You're 2-0 down. It's not. You're not going to win. Realistically, you probably thinking, well, I'm not going to win, but it's not. It can't get any worse.
The thing is, right? I mean, if you're gonna think so, if you're 2-0 doing right, and then you got to change it up in the second half. I mean, if you don't win the game, right, fair enough, but change it up.
Yeah.
This manager, right, does not change anything up until the 70th minute, where it's too little, too late, and the damage is done. This manager is absolutely hopeless, and I've always said sort of things. Clues is behind the times. Him, I mean, he haven't got the confidence to win the game. For him, it's damage limitation, and that's why we're not going to win games under this guy.
Definitely, mate.
You know what I mean? So I've got Jordy, really hope not. Jordy, here and Sanchez, Julian transfer should be sacked. Like I said earlier on, should be arrested, should be charged for fraud and deception. Yeah. And do you need someone like Graham Carr back at the club? I don't think he'll come back. And he said, Joe Penfold, a.k.a. Lee Chanley, made the deal for John Linton. For me, he's a waste of shirt. I'm sorry. Steve Nixon made it, Carl. He made the signing. He should be sacked. 100% Max. No, we don't want Graham Carr back at the club. He's too old for the club now. He must be about 80 odd. And I was going to say, Joe Linton made it, got on for that. And Graham Carr, mentioned that. And actor Aaron, I disagree with career suicide for managers. We have decent players and lower expectation in the short term. A manager has a great opportunity to enhance his reputation.
Yeah, like what I'm sort of sick of seeing now is the pundits saying the players aren't good enough. It's not that the players aren't good enough. The players are more than capable of winning a game or passing a ball. It's the way we're setting up. We played 5 or 3 centre backs on Saturday, and we only had one fit centre back. Was it one fit? No, but Hayden, who plays centre mid, centre back, and then we had Lascelles, who was not fit. So why not just play 4 at the back instead of?
Yeah. Come on.
Oh, it's just like what runs through his head.
It's ridiculous, man. I just don't get this. He rushes players back into the team because he's desperate to make it work, and it doesn't work if they're not match fit. Play a game behind closed doors for a couple of games, and then come back and go again. But he just put them in straight away against Arsenal. He put Lascelles in. He looked out off the pace, right?
Yeah.
Then he goes and play Fraser. He wasn't interested against Sheffield United. He wanted off the pitch and he got it. So, yeah, you're right. I mean, Steve just got it absolutely wrong. And again, so frustrated. ASM didn't look fit at all. He only had 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. But I don't know. 100% Mags, have a great show. John and Liam, I checked the rest later. I really lads boost out. And they have a good evening, my friend. And score against Leeds. And I got over again, the podcast of Arsenal. Great guys. Do you guys think with ASM and Fiasa in the team regularly, it will make a difference? That's a good question, Nas.
Yeah, I think it couldn't make it any worse. So it's going to have to like do something. Do you know what I mean? I think defenders are scared of ASM. And I think that might create more space for other players to have more opportunities. But we've actually got to get the ball in the final third first. That's the main thing.
Exactly. And we're not capable of doing that as well. All we do is just pass it sideways, backwards and stuff like that. And for me, Jeff Hendricks is the worst for that. So passing it sideways and backwards and that. Talking of Jeff Hendricks, I mean, what does he bring to the team?
He's the second highest goal scorer. That's what he brings.
Yeah.
I think he's been made as a scapegoat this season. I think when we signed him, I was thinking, right, he's a tidy player. I don't want to see him constantly in the team, but he seems like he starts nearly every game, and it's just like, why? I think he is getting played out of position, which obviously isn't helping him or helping the team. He should be like a bit part player, not starting every game. But like you said, the players can only do what they can do. It comes down to the manager to try and coach them, which obviously he isn't doing.
He's not, no. I mean, he's not going to coach him right because he doesn't want them attacking. He just wants to defend, and they're not listening to him, sort of thing. But you're right there. You're right. And it's just a shame about Jeff Hendricks sort of thing. Listen, I really want the guy to do well, but for me, he doesn't offer an out to the table. And I'm not cussing him or anything like that. For me, I just don't think he brings an out to the table. I'm not saying it's good enough, but for me, I don't think he's that great, honestly. But I just want to talk about on Graham Jones. Well, apparently on a tweet on Craig Hope's tweet last night, basically, he said that he wants to come to Newcastle and wants to release off his contract. So apparently, also Alex Cook on TalkSport saying that he wants Bournemouth to grant permission for Jones to chat to us. I mean, it'd be as assistant manager. We've already got, what, that would be 3 assistant managers we've got in the club. I've never, ever heard anything like it. 3 assistant manager.
Yeah, that's just Steve Bruce all over. Do you know what I mean? He's obviously hoping that bringing another coaching is going to change the mentality of the players and the training sessions. I just don't think any of them have a clue, really, the coaches, because they're clearly not coaching. I think I seen a tweet from Jack Grealish said when Bruce was there, he just used to chuck the ball in the end, just say, let's play football.
Yeah.
That'll be the training session. And it'll be like, oh no, you should be focusing on passing or making runs or tackling. Like, it just seems he's a dinosaur, and he's never been successful at any club.
Well, I totally agree there. He is a quit ass sort of thing. He's a quitter as well. He's done it at Sheffield United. He's done it at Wigan. He's done it with, who's he done it with? He's never only left Crystal Palace. And he tells the press that he's never a quitter. He's not going to change. He thinks it's a challenge. But I'm afraid the challenge is way too big for him at this moment. I've always said that as well. But a lot of people are saying that he could come over to get Bruce to sack and then Graham Jones to take over. But what has he really done? I mean, he was at Luton Town and he only gotten relegated. I mean, what's going to make him be a candidate for the Newcastle job if Bruce gets the sack? Because I
don't actually know much about the bloke, so I probably wouldn't be able to give a honest answer. It's just mind-boggling that we're going after a coach when we just need rid of one person and one personality, and it's Steve Bruce. He just needs to go, but he's not gonna. So I think we're just going to be banging my head against the wall for the next 3 months or however long's left of the season.
Yeah, we're going to get relegated. If Bruce stays, we're definitely going to get relegated, no doubt, because the Lord's going to pick up points, not just points, pick up wins as well, because we got to play West Brom, Fulham, Brighton, and Burnley all away. And if we don't win those games, we are done. And if Bruce stays, we're not going to get, like you said earlier, we're not going to get promoted again for a long time. And it's a shame, and that's just the way it is. But with Graham Jones, he used to be a number 2 under Roberto Martinez at Wigan in Belgium. And you might know that, but it is what it is. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Also subscribe to Adam NFTV. He's on there regularly, top guy. And I listen to him as well, with Lee as well. So we got Leeds on Tuesday. I'll do me watch along as well on Tuesday. I've got a guest on, so which is great. Against Leeds United, we already got beat 5-2 at their place. Is that going to change? Or do you think it'll do that again?
No, it'll be 5-0. Won't even score. Like, no matter, like, obviously Leeds are a bit in a rut at the moment, aren't they? They haven't played well in a while. It's just like two terrible teams playing against each other. So it could end up anything. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, this has got to be the game where Bruce is thinking we can take these. Like, he should be going all out. But he won't. He'll probably just sit 10 men behind the ball and just be like, oh, we'll try and play for a draw.
that's what he'll try to do. So if he does that, we get beat anyway. So I'm fully expect to get beat off Leeds by probably 4-1 that game. I'm not going to lie, because Leeds will attack us. We're just going to sit back and we're just going to get exploited. Because we only had 2 clean sheets all season, Liam. 2 clean sheets. Two clean sheets our season, right? We're just so easy to play against. Mark Douglas said on a tweet, "We are so easy to play against," and he is absolutely right.
Yeah. But I think Jack Grealish got heard saying, "Well, these are shite. Just keep passing the ball around." Do you know what I mean? They only survived last season because of a dodgy VAR decision, and now what? They're like eighth in the Premier League.
Yeah,
There's just no ambition from top to bottom. Like, I'm not expecting we to go out and sign players for like 100 million, but like you want to slowly progress. Like, what we're 13th or 12th or 11th, you want to like try and get like a place higher each season, and then cement yourself. Like, you shouldn't. His goal is to stay in the Premier League, which I can understand, but you should be like trying to achieve that goal and exceeding it. Like, you want to be playing. Like, you should be known for the person that progresses Newcastle, not the person that sends them down.
yeah, it's crazy, man. I just don't understand that at all. I mean, when he first came through the door, he told us that we're going to play on the front foot and aim for top 10. And then since he got beat off Brentford, he changed his tune completely and said that our remit is just to survive in the Premier League. I don't know if you saw it when Lee Ryder asked him the question, and he basically said, it's a fair enough question, yeah? And he gave Lee Ryder one word answer. And maybe that's why Bruce is a bit hacked off with the North East press and asking the Reading press to get banned. So it's a tough one there. Like, I mean, he was acting ignorant there, like when he took on Lee Ryder. And
he thinks he just knows the best, which he doesn't.
No, I totally agree. You're absolutely right there. Just got Geordie there, 10-0-0 formation by Bruce, and Leeds going to win by 3-0. And Barry Layton. Barry, how are you doing, mate? I hope you're well. And have you discussed the press? Just see that, got that from Twitter. I hope you're well, mate, and I'm glad to come be show on Tuesday. Have you discussed the press being barred tomorrow, and what are your thoughts? Hope you're okay, mate. Barry, I'm absolutely fine, mate, and it's been a quiet day and relaxing as well. But we spoke about that, didn't we, Adam? We spoke, Liam. We spoke about that, didn't we? And we go for it again. What's your take on it? Because Barry missed it.
It's just bizarre. Like, I just don't understand it. It's obviously because the papers are getting at him now, and his pals must be in the online, like the cameras and the radio. So obviously his pals will be there, so they'll be licking his arse. But I don't think he likes the truth. He doesn't like the truth. He doesn't like being told he's probably the worst manager in the Premier League ever. His win percentage like 29% out of 500 games or something in the Premier League.
I think it's 26, 27.
Is it? And like, they say he's a good manager, but why has he not managed anybody decent before?
Because he is absolutely rubbish. That's why it is. The fact of the matter is, with Steve Bruce, I mean, you talked about not telling the truth. The truth stings, baby. The truth stings. And you cannot handle the truth, you should be out of a big club. Simple as that. If you can't handle it, he's got to go. It's as simple as that. And for me, my personal opinion, I'll definitely be at Newcastle any longer soon. But you're right there. And also as well, I think it's not fair banning the written press. It's not fair at all. I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. And Barry's also asked, do you think it's an order from Ashley?
No, I think this is a Bruce thing. I just don't think he likes getting the stick, because he's now in most of his post-match press conferences, he's always whinging on, saying that all the unfair comments he doesn't like. But we haven't won in 10 games. We've only scored like 2 goals. So
the thing is, though, I mean, the press got to do their jobs at the end of the day, right? They got to do their job, simple as that.
Yeah.
They have to ask the questions, and if you kind of handle it like Bruce can, he's going to have to walk. He's going to have to go and say, you know what? I'm not going to beat this press. He should have known that, because you know what the press is going to be like up here. If you don't deliver, you don't perform, then this is what happens. Then the pressure is going to be rife. And if he can't handle the pressure, then you should walk away. Because at the end of the day, I mean, your health is more important than money. And he needs to work, man. But I can't say any time for you. Jordy said the truth hurts, the truth stings. And thanks, lads, for your views. Barry, you're welcome to my channel anytime. But I'll get you on Tuesday for me watch along as well. So that should be fun and games. So, yeah, I mean, the fact of the matter is, with Bruce, he knows he's under pressure. And he just wants to be comfortable. And he's not going to be comfortable at the club. No way.
Yeah.
And
like I could totally get his stance if he was winning and everyone was still slating him. And he was playing attractive football and he was winning. But our team hasn't performed in 10 games. Like, why does he not expect to get criticism?
Well, because he just wants to be comfortable. He doesn't want any confrontations and stuff like that. And this is the thing with Newcastle, right? Ashley doesn't like confrontations. Charlie doesn't like confrontations. The guy you don't hear now film anyway. Yeah. Look over the years. Like Alan Pardew. Alan Pardew got a lot of stick, didn't he? Back in 2013-14, when the press got banned, the Sunday Sun got banned, the Chronicle got banned, the Journal got banned as well. They all got banned from North East for a year. And I fought that today. And I remember when John Gibson, the Chronicle, is on NUFC Matters on a Thursday, Malcolm McDonald with Steve Wraith. And John Gibson, he speaks the truth and he's absolutely spot on.
Yeah. It just doesn't, like I said, like this one of your comments said, the truth hurts, doesn't it?
Exactly. The truth hurts, the truth stings. If you can't handle it, then it's better to whack the club. Look at Rafa Benitez, the way he conducts the press, the way he handles the press is cool, professional, and it's absolutely modern. The guy gets us. And that's why none of the press has to go at Rafa. We had a poor start a couple of years ago when someone won our first game, 10, 11 games? Not one press had a go at him because they believed in him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I was going to ask you as well, what has been your favourite game as a Newcastle fan?
What, just in general or in Dusty Bruce?
Say again?
In general? Or...
Yeah. In general, any games. Well, mine's is the Newcastle Man U games, 5-0 and 4-3.
Well, I've actually got 2. The 4-4 comeback against Arsenal, which was unbelievable, and then when we won the championship on the final day of the season, it's probably 2 of my favourite games.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, I remember I didn't go to the 4-5 game because I had to work that day, and when it was 4-0 doing, I thought, wow, we're never going to come back from this. But what turned the game when Diaby got sent off, when Diaby headbutted Joey Barton. Even though he didn't touch him, man, he did make him real a bit, man, but that turned the game because Arsenal were brilliant that day. But when he came back 4-0, Toyota got that equalising goal. We could have won it, by the way. We could have won it. But when Nolan failed to connect from the cross, but hey, that 4-4 draw was just as great as a victory as well. So,
yeah.
Absolutely.
What's your favourite game?
My favourite game when we beat Man U 5-0, when Philippe Albert did that delicious lob over the keeper, didn't he? Over Michael, did he? That was delicious there, man. That was absolute lit. Absolute class. And then we beat Man U by 4 goals to 3 in 2001 when Benry scored a winning goal. We were 3-1 up when Davis jumped into the crowd. United came back to 3s each. Could have been 4-3 up, but and then we came back when I think it's an own goal as well. I think it's definitely an own goal. It might have been Keane who scored an own goal, but we won game 4-3. That's when Keane got sent off after we went 4-3 up when he take the strike and missed.
Yeah.
that was a cracking game, that. But it's just, listen, at the end of the day, I can't think of any famous games on the boost. I just cannot. Because there's no famous games again. Probably Matty Longstaff scored that goal against Man U again, but I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't seen Luke Edwards' latest tweet. Have you checked out his latest tweet? Because I don't know what it is. Jordy, if you come back to us, mate, what's his latest tweet? Let us know, and then we discuss it.
Yeah, I'd say like exactly what you just said. There's only probably one famous game, and it was probably Man U when Matty scored that goal. But apart from that, you kind of really say we've played well in nearly 2 seasons now under Bruce.
Gallet, no, I'm afraid not, because I was in Italy that day anyway. Matty scored that goal. I was in Italy that day because I watch a lot of Serie A games, but I cannot go at the minute because of the COVID. And until it's safe to go, I cannot go back at the minute. Like, it's a shame because I could dump some couple games. I would have do the Interleague game a couple weeks ago. But but I was going to say, so do you think you're going to stop with the season? Have you got the players? Do you think this group of players are good enough to stay up the season?
We've got the group of players that can stay up the season, but I think it comes from the top. It comes from the manager, really. If he's setting up the formation wrong and the tactics wrong, we could have the best players in the world and it wouldn't work. And it's not working. The formations he's picking, the players he's playing in wrong positions. Like, I'm not Miggy's greatest fan, but I feel like he just runs around like a headless chicken because he's got now else to do. Then it's just frustrating.
Oh no! I mean, listen, I love Miggy Almiron. I really, really do. I mean, when he has a smile on his face, he never stops running. He works for that team. But listen, the thing is with Almiron, right? Like you said, he runs like a headless chicken sometimes. Yeah, he gaffs, and he puts in a shift. But at the end of the day, when is the last time he done an assist? Like 10 games ago, he scored in the first, but I've not seen him scored or make an assist for the last 10 games. But in his defense, that's down to Bruce because he's not playing him in his correct position, which is a number 10, doing the proper job and creating things as well. But at the end of the day, I think he looks a bit miffed as well. That smile, it's gone, completely gone.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
Yeah. But Geordie, I mean, just to confirm, Newcastle to confirm the appointment of Graham Jones as coach to help manage Steve Bruce, but there may well be no players incoming this month. Bless you. Likely to go down to last few years of window, but that's my thing. I mean, he's going to come as coach, help out Steve Bruce. What's the point of that? I don't get that. I mean, the question is, if you're going to help Steve Bruce, right, is Steve Bruce going to listen to him?
Definitely not. Steve Bruce does it his way or no way.
That's what he said in the press conference as well. But that's not going to work. I think that's going to be a recipe for disaster. If this guy would go 2 ways, here, he's not going to listen, or Bruce is going to get the sack, and Graham Jones is going to take his job. But if he takes it on, it's the wrong club for him to take on because he hasn't really got any experience, had he, apart from Luton. But to take a job on like Newcastle, it's a huge job to take on. It's a massive club. And this job could swallow Jones up. It could swallow him up and gobble him up.
And plus, if you haven't got really any real experience, the players might not even listen to you.
That's the thing. The only manager to take over the job with no managerial experience is Kevin Keegan back in 1992 when he came in. 0 managerial experience. But he lifted the club, didn't he?
Yeah.
Lifted the club and everything was turned, and the rest was history. But I don't know what to say, man. But I'm not very, very excited about this appointment at all whatsoever. I'm not, and it's a shame. So, and I was going to say as well, we've also got Everton on Sunday. We're going to get beat off that as well. So, what do you think? How do you think it's a maximum stay at Newcastle next season? I don't think he will, you know.
I always said we would only have maximum for 2 seasons anyways. Even if we're playing well, he's far too good to be at this club. I think obviously he needs to improve in himself, but I don't think Maxi will be here that much longer. I think if we stay up this season, Miggy will go, Maxim will go, probably Callum Wilson will go, Ryan Fraser, all the attacking players will go.
I have to agree with you, mate. I have to agree with you because Mike Ashley just asset stripped the club. Asset stripped the club. That's what he'll do. And then because he knows it's about to take over, we're going to end up with absolutely no one. But you mentioned there, if they stay up this season, we're definitely going to go down next season. Ashley start the club and Booster start the club as well, because it's a horrible situation, man. Because we're just a banter club at the minute. Because everyone's laughing at us in a minute. You've got all these pundits as well. You've got the pundits like Sutton, Savage, and Jamie Redknapp as well, still thinking Steve is doing a wonderful job. I mean, are they deluded or something? Are they just saying this to wind us fans up? What a reaction from the fans in that?
Yeah, I do think especially Chris Sutton and Robbie Savage, they just like getting the reaction from the Newcastle fans, because there will always be one away that bites and will bite hard, and then they'll just try and make out look like a mug. And one of the lads from actually Newcastle Fans TV, he went on the radio with Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton, and they barely let you speak. They try and talk over the top of you, so you can't even get your points out. And then they were contradicting themselves. So
I think that's absolutely shocking. It's all about the show and letting have the fans have a say, but they're talking over someone, right? Just to just to water it down, right? I think that's rude, unprofessional, and it is wrong. Because one of these days, one of our fans are going to go on there, right, and give them hell. Because at the end of the day, they don't know now about what's going on in Newcastle. They don't do the research. They're bigging up Bruce, saying doing a wonderful job, and insulting Rafa Benitez as well, because they don't want to take over. They don't want us to do well. They're quite comfortable seeing the top 6 clubs, big clubs doing well, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
And
hit the nail on the head, mate.
Say again?
You said you hit the nail on the head there.
Thanks, man. It's just being honest, you know what I mean? But thanks for that. It's just being honest, and that's why I wouldn't go on the radio sort of thing. If I went on the radio, I'll give them what for. I would give them what for. And I tell you something now, right? If they tell us and say, if they want us, I'll just say, look, I'm not listening yet. I'm on the radio. Excuse me, I'm on the radio, right? And let me speak. Let me finish, blah, blah, blah. I'm putting straight. But why do you think Ron Bond wouldn't come on the show? Why do you think all the ex-Newcastle players won't come on the show? Because they tell us the truth. It's exactly on Sky Sports. They're not going to get Michael Chopper on, are they? On Sky Sports as an analyst, are they? Oh, yeah. Because they will speak the truth. And they make them mad. And George said he never listened to TalkSport. Do you listen to TalkSport at all?
Me? No, I only ever just post the videos on the channel. I don't really watch it or listen to it, should I say. But I do feel like there is one pundit that isn't from Newcastle that actually understands what's going on. And I think that's Jake Humphries from BT. He seems like the only one that gets it. He's the only one that's been saying for a while like Bruce is bad.
Yes. I mean, Jake Humphrey, he's a Norwich City fan, isn't he? Excuse me.
Yeah.
He's a Norwich fan. And, good for him because he understands our situation. He understands what's going on. And not only that, he sticks up for the fans as well and speaks the truth as well. I can remember when Rio Ferdinand made himself like a right and utter bellend, right? Dull and sure, defending Mike Ashley to the hilt, blah, blah, blah. And it seems now that they're just so scared. They're scared having to go at Newcastle because they're scared they're not going to get into their facilities as well. Like Craig Hove last year when Bruce accused Craig of calling him a liar sort of thing.
Yeah.
We're going to ASN. And he got banned for a week by Newcastle sort of thing. And he didn't seem to care. I don't know if you listen. I don't know if you know. I think he might have done anyway.
Yeah, was that when they argued there was meant to be a bust up between ASM and Bruce last season?
Yeah, that was. I think it's Southampton. I think it might be Southampton, one of it, but it's definitely happening. I mean, he accused well, what happened was that Craig called Bruce a liar, sort of thing, and telling lies, blah blah blah, and Bruce got all defensive, and had to go at him face to face, and Craig Hope came on Talk Sport, spoke to Lara Woods, and found what happened, sort of thing, and Lara Woods, just tried to water it down. What Craig's after saying, Craig actually put her in that place.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't get a word in because of Lara keep interrupting him. So I like Lara Woods. I think she's excellent. I think she's a great presenter. But when it comes to Newcastle, she needs to let the people talk.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But Craig Dash put in a place, and then I've got Jake Jordan again. I'll tell you what, he's a great guy. Come on, me shorts. Keep going, my friend. And he said, Jake Humphrey's supposed Norwich, while the rest are probably Man U's and Liverpool fans.
Definitely, yeah. He's a realist.
He is, he's a realist. And I tell you what, though, he should work for Sky Sports, but I don't think he'll work for Sky Sports because he'll speak the truth, sort of thing, you know. And, you know, but if you look at other people, other streamers as well, like YouTube channels as well. I mean, you got Newcastle Fans TV. I think it's a fantastic content as well. I like Lee as well. Lee speaks the truth. Yeah. I mean, you're great as well. I also listen to NFC Matters Ladies Nights and Samantha. I think she's fantastic. I love to get on me sure as well. If I do, that'd be a biggie as well. And I love to interview. I love to speak to Kendall as well. I think she's fantastic. I think for me personally, I don't know if she's listening. I think she works for Sky Sports. I think she's magnificent.
Yeah.
And I think she should do. I think she's very, very talented as well, you know. And yeah, I think you got some cracking people on. Sure, Liam Kennedy is great, you know, and all the other content as well. I mean, you got Lee Gunner he used to be on AFTV. He's got his own show, Lee Gunner, on a watch along. He speaks the truth. I think he's excellent. And listen, they've got some cracking streams on there, you know what I mean? But I'm only a beginner, really. I haven't done that bad. Getting 277 people watching live versus a minute sort of thing, you know. So, and great. I mean, got to keep building up, be patient as well, like, you know, and I've got my favourite person. Oscar says, hi, John, good evening to you. Claire, how are you doing? I hope you're okay. You're one seat in a minute. I hope you in your game, Claire. And me and Claire had a chat on Thursday on all things Manchester United on Thursday for nearly 2 hours. And you know what? She's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And she's fun. She loves our team. She's super positive. She's there. And she's just an excellent person. But, you know, for me, she's the Queen of Stratford. That's what I call her, the Queen of Stratford. And she loves us as well. God bless her. So, so are you doing your streams on Tuesday for the Leeds game? Because
Carl will be doing the watch along. I don't generally do them because I always end up getting bored and like watching stuff on my phone while the match is on in the background. But we'll be doing like scoring the players and the fans' reaction show like straight after the match is done.
I saw that one this morning, scoring the players. What's that? You gave him a 1 out of 10, man. Creo, 1 out of 10.
Yeah, I was just frustrated. I was like, I'm just gonna give everyone a 1. Then I sort of got myself out of a bit of a strop. So then I started scoring players properly.
Well, it's did to your belief, man. I've done my player ratings this afternoon, and mine's people think I'm being brutal at the minute on my score. Player ratings and that, you know. I just speak the truth. I mean, if I could drop someone a 0, I'd do a 0. I mean, I've done it to Jeff Hendricks. I've done it to Jamal Lewis. I've done it to Sean Longstaff. I've done it to Shelby. I've done it to Joe Linton. They've all been getting 0s out of 10 for me. Like, you know, I don't really give players a 9 out of 10 until they really deserve it. But hey, they got to work at it, man. They got to work very hard to get like 9s and 10s.
I think there's just not enough effort in the team at the moment. They're just coasting.
They are, because they're coasting, because they don't tackle, they don't press, they don't have a go. For me, it's like watching social distancing football because they're in COVID, you know. So social distancing hard, you know what I mean? That's why I watch it. Do you know what I mean? Because they're just scared of getting it, you know. But if they're not fit, don't play. Don't play them at all. You know what I mean? And I got
that'll be a common sense thing.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man. You know. And I got a Claire again. Hi, Queen of Stratford, love it, John. We're unlucky not to be winning. We are playing like we're top. I'm full of faith. Win at this. Thanks so much for your kind words. And that's Claire. Bless her. And, you know, if I ever see Claire, I'll give her a massive, massive hug because she's an absolute diamond. You know what I mean? And she's back on again. Crazy what you were telling me about the written press being banned for Boost press conference talk about burning your heat in the sand. Do you know what it is? I think she's right, you know. She's right.
Yeah. I'm surprised that all the press will not be banned shortly. Do you know what I mean?
I can see it coming, you know. I can see it coming because the end of the day, actually would ban a lot of them. He would ban a lot of them. Do you know what I mean? Even Bruce would ban a lot of them as well. If they do that, if they ban the press, any sort of thing, I tell you something now, right? That football club hang his head in the shame, because at the end of the day, that should not be happening. It should not be happening at all whatsoever. And I, for one, like I said all the time, you may as well just have Lauren and Hardy running the show. Do you know what I mean? They do a better job than these two clowns there now.
Yeah, they would probably half the pay as well.
I know, yeah. I mean, that I was to say it's another fine mess. I tell you what, though, at least they were back. I bet you they were back the manager. Oh, in fact, get rid of them. Get rid of Bruce and get a proper manager like a Rafa Benitez sort of thing. You know what I mean? So, and Claire, this is a fantastic point, right? She said it's like a dictatorship where he is not allowed to be questioned. Claire, all it is, right? Steve Bruce, and I said that millions of times, he wants to be comfortable in the person. He doesn't want to be challenged. Do you know what I mean? That's the problem. Newcastle board did not like to be challenged. Yeah, not at all. But they like to control the fans. They like to lie to the fans. But when it comes to controlling them, they hate it. Do you know what I mean? I think you may as well just do it now, because for me, it's going to be taken over soon anyway. So what can you say on that one, mate?
There's not a lot you can say. I was thinking of myself, it is like a dictatorship. It's like if you say anything bad about Bruce, you're gonna get you're not gonna be allowed in the press conference anymore. But like I said, if it was unfair, I could totally get why they're banning the written press. But it's not unfair. It's the truth. At the end of the day, we have been playing piss poor for the past 10 games at least, or not for the last 2 years, and it's just. He just needs to screw his head on and be like, I need to do something better. I need help. And it's just so frustrating. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you're absolutely right. It's so frustrating. I mean, for me, as a Newcastle fan, right, I've supported this club for a long, long time. And for me, and Claire will agree with us as well if she's listening, for me, this has to be so depressing as a Newcastle fan. So depressing. It's heartbreaking. Yeah. I mean, I sent that tweet out last week saying so depressing stuff. I had about 80 likes and about 10 retweets.
Yeah. And it's just like I said before, I don't even end up watching the match half the time now. It's just on in the background and I'll be doing something else, because an half would go 1-0 down. We're not going to score.
No, we're not, because we haven't got no belief. We got the things right. We got absolutely no leaders at the club. There's no one chatting to each other. There's no blood and gore. There's no one got to the point to say, "Look, chin up, lad, chin up." We all do it, sort of thing. Just shake, just shake him about, and just say, "Look, we can come back." None of that. I'm sorry, but for me, the club is dead. I mean, it's just nothing there. It's nothing there.
Yeah.
We're close door now. We're going to close door in a minute as we speak. Leeds fans are deluded, and the same person, Leeds will flash Leeds. Their manager is a squatter in the Premier League, and more worse than one. I tell you something, mate. We're not winning that game. You'll beat us, no problems at all, because we're such an easy team to play with. We're so weak in every single department.
Yeah. I'll be lucky if we get a corner on Tuesday.
Yeah. Or doing 2 passes together, man. Do you know what I mean? It's just getting worse and worse and worse at the club. And like I said, I'm just so despondent at the minute as a fan. I should be positive like every single week. But you cannot be positive with this team, because at the end of the day, right, they just don't want to play for Bruce. And if I was Jamal Lascelles tonight or tomorrow, the first thing I do is to go into the office of Lee Charnley, if you could find him, or give Mike Ashley a phone call and just say, look, the players aren't happy. We want this manager at the club, and we want him out ASAP, or we're going down. Yeah. What's Ashley going to say? What's Ashley going to tell Lascelles?
That he's not going to do out. Do you know what I mean? That's probably what Ashley or Charnley would say. Well, it's not. We're just going to stick with them. They always are. They always are too late. They were too late under McLaren, and who sent it down the first time?
Oh, that's Alan Shearer. I mean, what it was Kevin Keegan. Then it was Joe Kinnear, Chrissy Hooten, and Alan Shearer.
Yeah. But even that was too late. Do you know what I mean? Like Joe Kinnear, how man, it's been serious.
I mean, when he was appointed, I thought, hang on a minute, where did that came from? Where did that came from? I just had to laugh. I mean, it says Ashley joking here that managed Wimbledon and Nottingham Forest. I thought, wow, not for me, not for me. And then once Keegan went, I knew we get relegated. I knew that. And Crystal now said Crystal Palace beat them. So, well, Newcastle and Claire again, a massive Man U fan. At the very least, the players should be putting a shift in and showing some fight. It's just inexcusable. Well said, Claire. Well said. Well said.
Agree.
Well said. Honestly, because the fact of the matter is, right, I'm not being funny here, but people say the players should take some of the blame as well, but it's the whole club's just absolutely rotten. And Tom said, I don't see us winning for a very long time. You know what it is, bro? I said that after Leeds game. We're not winning another game after Leeds.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. It's not just going to happen. No way. And it says, it's true, Leeds fans are deluded. Listen, now, no fighting. Not on my chat. No fighting. You want to take it out, take it elsewhere. But listen, at the end, it's a second suit. Ding, ding.
Really the only worse than Conor McGregor done last night.
And you've also played Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua up front, and it's still not work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh man. I was going to say, it's just, listen, I mean, I'm not feeling confident on Tuesday night. I mean, you've got Everton on Sunday. Is it Sunday we're playing Everton on Sunday, or is that Saturday? Oh, sure it's a Saturday.
Saturday, I think is it an early kickoff? I'm sure.
It's an early one as well, and that's a 12:30. Because I've got to go to the BRI hospital on Saturday, and for something like and hopefully things will be okay. So if I can get finished at say it's 7 o'clock, I'll probably get away at 12 o'clock. I might just come back and do me watch along just on the time, but it's got to be a very late one though, unless someone does I can join in. So, and I've got to close the door now again. Who would win? That's good. Who would win a fight out of you guys? Not me, because I'm not a fighter. Not a fighter. So, and yes, who would win? Me. Because listen, I'm the guy. I'm the elite. And we said, I like this baby. Otherwise,
I don't think I've thrown a punch in my life, so I'll probably end up hitting myself if I throw a punch.
Yeah. Mate, I've got respect for you, my guy. I've got respect for you, my friend. You're both lovers. Oh, bless them. But you know what it is, though? I've got to get Claire on chat again soon, because I'm going to do like a watch along between Man U and Newcastle next month, and I've got to get Claire on me watch along because she is so passionate about her team, and she's lovely. And for me, she always follows us, she always chats to us and that, and looks after her. Yeah, so it should be hopefully should be tough. A Newcastle love story. He's got to be a Leeds fan. He's got to be a Leeds fan, hasn't he? Surely. But listen, any fan can come on here, sort of thing, and it should be a cracking game. Let's hope we get a good game on Tuesday. So let's hope. We talk about tactics as well. What's your formation should be?
4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
And I think Dubravka is going to start on Tuesday.
Yeah. I'll go with Dubravka as well. And who's your back four?
Richie, Lascelles. I would like Fernandez, but it's probably going to be Shaw. And then I would prefer what's he called? Yedlin, but I know he's got visa issues. And then in the middle, I would have Hayden and Matty Longstaff. And then on the left, I would have Maximum. In the middle, I would have Miggy. On the right, I would have Fraser, and then Callum Wilson up top.
Pretty much nailed it there. Like, I'll probably do the same. You've got to play Richie, Rebecca will come back. Then you've got to play, like I said, Richie. And for me, Manquillo again. Then for the back, I would go for Clark. When is Clark fit again? Because he's out, isn't he? I mean, will he back on Tuesday?
I don't really know what he went off with. If Clark was fit, I would play Clark over Shaw.
Every single time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll definitely play Clark. And and Fernandez at the back. But then it's going to be Lascelles and Shah again. Looks like it. Then the holding midfield's got to be Matty and Hayden. Definitely on the left hand side. Fies on right hand side. Definitely. He did go for right hand side.
I went Fraser right and Maxman left.
Maximan, yeah, definitely, yeah. And then Miguel as a 10 role and Callum was up front. And we've got to go attacking because that is an attacking team. We cannot play an attacking team playing defensively.
Yeah, well, we can't defend, so what's the point?
It just won't work. It just won't work. I mean, we just got a close door now. He's a Palace fan. I don't like Leeds. Their fans think they're a massive club. They are not. Thing is, though, I think they are a massive club, to be honest with you, as I mean, they have been a massive club all these years ago, and they are a respective club, and they've got some good players there as well, and it's going goals, but conceding goals as well. And the way Bielsa's playing, I think is wonderful to watch. It's absolutely fantastic, exciting to watch.
Yeah, it's better going down fighting than not fighting at all, like we're doing.
Yeah, and that's all it is, man. So before I let you go, and what do you think the score's going to be? And
I want the score to be 2-1 Newcastle, but I think it's going to be 3-0 Leeds.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. It's definitely going to be 3-0 Leeds for me as well. It could get a lot worse. It could be spicy. If we get beat well, this should be the end of Steve Bruce's reign manager. I know you don't agree, but for me, personally, he should be sacked anyway. It's as simple as that. And got Tyrone there. They're a big club in Leeds, but nothing more. And he hates Leeds. Bless him. Well, listen, I'm going to wrap it up, man, because I know you're a busy guy. I know you got any more streams tonight, or?
No, yours was the only one I was doing the day. But if you ever need us on again, just drop us a message on Twitter and I'll come on for you.
Definitely, man. Listen, you're always welcome to my channel as well, man. And Man U's just scored again, 2-1 up Man U. And look, you're always welcome on, my friend, because it's been fantastic for you having on my channel, man. And
thank you.
Can you please, guys, like and subscribe to this channel if you subscribe to John Sinclair. And can you please subscribe to
Newcastle Fans TV?
Fantastic content on there. They got loads of it. Scoring the players. They got last word. They got a watch along live and the previews. All the content's absolutely fantastic and absolutely brilliant guys as well. They're fun as well. And get that one followed. And on my Twitter account is John_NFC42 and yours is Adam N. Is it Liam?
It's I don't even know what my Twitter handle is actually, so I would have to put it out somewhere.
Hey, what you like? You just show it though. I mean, like the goddamn's Liam. But bless your heart, and you know. But just got one here to say bye, lads, and bye to you, my friend. And listen, keep welcome on my channel. Let us know and do a watch along and one of the games. You're welcome to, my friend. But it's been fantastic having us on, mate, and we must do it again.
No worries. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You take care, Liam. See you later.
See you later, pal. Bye-bye.
Dala. That's Liam from NFTV, Newcastle Fans TV. It's been fantastic chatting to him. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, it's John Sinclair. And if you like to Twitter account, it's John MFC42. So I'm just going to wrap this up quickly. And it's been fantastic watching. And until then, how will lads? Laters.